Hello, everyone, and welcome. This is Federica. I'm part of the DocCity team, and it's my pleasure to welcoming you all to the second day of the Digital Open Days by POLI.design. We're just about to start with the presentation of the Specializing Masters in Service Design. I kindly remind you all that you can write your questions into the Q&A section that you find in your Zoom window, and I will leave the floor to our speakers, and at the end of their presentation, we will be back to answer all of your questions. I leave the floor to our speakers. Thank you.
Thanks a lot for your introduction, and good morning, good afternoon, or good evening, because we don't know in which part of the world you are living now. So my name is Beatrice Villari, and I am the co-director of the Service Design Master, and I am here with Raffaella Scognamiglio. Please, Raffaella.
Nice to meet you all. I'm Raffaella. I'm the coordinator of the Master in Service Design, and I manage the external relations.
So welcome again from all of us. Today we are here on behalf of the Master Board in Service Design, and we will share in a few minutes the overall structure and the overall strategy we will follow for the next edition. Please. So what about the Master in Service Design? For sure, the Master has is aimed at providing specific skills and specific competencies about service design and service design innovation. So for sure, the participants, although you are not designers, no, you can stay. You can stay. Okay, thanks. Although you are not designers, so also if you have different background, in the end you will be service designers. So namely, you will be able to adopt the service design approach, use the service design tools, and adopt the service design competencies. So the goal of the Master is, of course, to improve the basic skills about service design, also connecting different disciplines, and we will see how we structure the Service Design Master in a few seconds, and of course support you in structuring your future service design profession. And in this way, service designers now are employed, can work with the public and private sectors, so public and private organizations. Of course, they are working in the design agencies, although design agencies are not service design agencies, so design agencies in a wider perspective, and many service designers are working in startups or are funding their own startups. What about the structure? The structure in the Master lasts 1 year, and it will be English-based, and you will receive the first level Master degree at the end of the process. Please. Okay, so few words in order to share with you why and how we decided to structure the Service Design Master at Politecnico di Milano 9 years ago. And 9 years ago, service design was not so spread as it is right now in Italy, in the European context, and worldwide, because we recognized that the service designers are recognized as a crucial competence in different industries and different sectors, and many organizations are searching for service designers, although they have not, for example, already used the service designer in their organization. So Politecnico di Milano and POLI.design was the first Italian university to promote an entire program based on service design. So we are also proud of it. And we, in these 9 years, so we developed the program according to also the evolution of the discipline, and also according to the new fields and the new areas that in which service designers can work and in which service design can be applied. Please, Raffaella. So just to recap, of course, you will face with different topics. Of course, you will face with the core competencies and the core topics about service design. So you will face with ethnography, with user research, with service design culture, with service innovation in public and private sector. And you will also follow the overall path of the service design process from research to the final delivery. So from research to concept delivery and service delivery. Service designers work with many disciplines and in many industries and sectors. So we try to map the most interesting and important and cutting-edge topics that right now are or in the market or in the service culture. So you will deal with topics related to the service design process and tools such as service blueprint, customer journey, concept generation, and rapid prototyping, field research, ethnography, and so on. But you will deal also with macro areas such as circular economy, such as design for policy, or such as data visualizations that are not, of course, related only to service design, but they are super important for service design and service designers. So I leave the stage to Raffaella, and she will explain everything in detail how the service design will be structured.
Many thanks, Beatrice. So as you can see from this timeline, the 9th edition of the Master in Service Design will start with its preparatory online activities the 25th of October. From the 25th of October until the end of this December, we will get into service design throughout master classes, throughout some lecture that will introduce you into the activities that we will start in January, and we will use these 2 months in order to also focus your attention in some theoretical activities that we will discuss together at the end of December. There will be online, so it's not mandatory to be in Milan from the late of October, but we warmly suggest you to arrive at the beginning of January, because at the end of January, the 24th, will start the will start the official year, and as Beatrice said before, it will last 1 year. So from January until July, you will be in class, attending frontal lessons, master classes, PILs, workshop, and now we will go deep into all of these different type of lessons, and from July until December you will have to complete the internship. The internship that will be mandatory, and 475 hours is the amount of hours that you have to complete in order to achieve the master degree, and in at the very beginning of February 2023, you will discuss the final exam. So as we said before, just to recap, from January until July, we said that you will be in class attending lecture that we are theoretical and critical courses providing introduction to the discipline of service design, from key concept to the core methodologies adopted by practitioners. So lessons on, you will have lesson on service design basics and tool, service economy and business plan, social innovation and public services, public speaking, emerging technologies, collaborative services, facilitation and improvisation, but also we will help you in order to develop the CV and put the portfolio from a service design perspective. What about the PILs? The PILs are modules made up of 3 days, are more practical than the lessons, and are aimed at experimenting what you have acquired during the theoretical lessons. You will have PILs on concept generation, design future, rapid prototyping, but also data visualization and storytelling, service evaluation, and on interaction design, co-design and co-production, service blueprint, inclusive design, and design for the public sector. As we said before, and workshops are really, really important in the didactic program because it gives to all of the students the opportunity to work with real companies on a real brief. We will have the opportunity to work on 4 different workshops. The first one is focused on user research. The second one is focused on user research and concept generation. And during the last 2 workshops, you will have the opportunity to also prototype the idea and to test the idea itself, so to see all the phases of the service design process. 2 years ago, we started also including master classes into the didactic program. Of course, master classes are part of the master itself, are lessons in which we involve guru to investigate cutting-edge topic emerging in the world of service design, and it will be also an opportunity in which we can join also people and that are not students of the master. So it will be also a first opportunity in order to do a networking with other students or professionals. All these so lessons, lecture, PILs, workshop, and master classes from the end of January until July. As we said before, the internship is another important part of the program, and it's mandatory, and it can start from July. Of course, the master board will help you also in this process. We are in contact with the most important agencies and the most important companies that each year want to host our students in their companies, in their agency, or startup or public sector. So we will share with all of our students the opportunities that we will offer to you. And it's a free match, so you will express your preferences. We will send your CV and portfolio to the agency and the company or the public sector, and they will do a first review of the CV and portfolio that they will receive, and they will contact you for an interview. companies as Google, Vodafone, AXA, Lendlease, Zambon, so big companies from different industries, and agencies as Frog, Fjord, Sketchin, Oblo, H-Farm, known at international, worldwide, we can say. Of course, Deloitte, but it's just to mention some of them and to give you an idea. Then we will also have another slide in which we will share with all of you some of the companies and agencies we are in contact with, just to give you just to understand how huge is our network. The final exam is really important. As we said before, it will consist in the presentation of a final project. It will be developed individually because in class you will work in groups, and it will be developed autonomously by all of you in parallel with the internship period. Thanks to this slide, you can see some of the companies and agencies we are in contact with. I really would like to share with all of you also the fact that the students that decide to study service design comes really from all over the world, and we are very proud because of this, because also from a personal point of view, it's a great experience, and we, in the last 2 years, we managed the pandemic situation in a great way, thanks to the blended mode. So we are ready to manage it in a blended mode, but we want to welcome you in Milan, because we know that it's really important for all of you also to live the experience is in Milan. So before leaving the stage to Elisa, Beatrice, do you want to add something else?
No. And then there are some question and answer, and we will answer at the end of the presentation to all the questions. So if you have other curiosities, please write on question and answer.
Yeah. So Elisa, I leave the stage to you for the part related to
the technical part.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Hi, everyone. My name is Elisa Piccini, and I'm from the Education Office of POLI.design. So here I would like to give you some details about the master technical details, as we were saying with Raffaella, in particular the selection and admission process. Mainly on the single web page of the master, in our general page, www.polidesign.net, you will find the apply button for the selection, and mainly by clicking on it, you will be led to the form that you will have to fill in order to, let's say, provide us with some bio details, just like your name and surname and contacts and so on. And you will be required as well to upload some documents that are required for the selection process. In particular, the documents that will be required are a CV, a motivation letter in which you explain why you would like to take part in the master, why you are interested in the field, and in particular in this master. And a portfolio of project, of course, in case you have a background in design or architecture. And in particular, here we had also a question about this point by a candidate having a different background, in case, for example, you graduated in a different field, such as economics or marketing, international relations, or anyone that is different from the background in design or architecture. You may upload here your CV another time, because it's, as mentioned, it is not mandatory for candidates having a different background. So mainly, we will need these 3 documents, and then the scanning of your bachelor degree, a scanning of your university transcript, and a scanning of your ID card or passport. Mainly because the selection process will go through 2 different paths, let's say. So after having uploaded your selection documents, from the master board side, you will be fixed an interview, a Skype interview with one of the board members, and at the same time there will be an evaluation by the proper office of Politecnico di Milano about your study title. So they will check if your study title, if it was achieved abroad, is recognized by the Ministry of Education and University, and if it is eligible for the admission in the specializing master. So mainly after these 2 steps will be carried out, you will receive by email a feedback about your evaluation. So in case of a positive evaluation, you will receive the details on how to process in order to fix your enrollment in the master and your place in the master. Mainly, the cost of the master is 15,500 euro. Of this amount, 500 euro is the enrollment and matriculation fee to Politecnico di Milano, whereas the 15,000 are the attendance fee for the master itself. Of course, in order to fix your place in the class, you won't be required to pay the whole amount, but you will be required to provide the payment for a part of this amount in order to confirm your attendance in the master itself. Mainly, these are more or less the details about the selection and how the selection process will be carried out. But of course, in case you have any other doubts, we are here.
Thank you. I'd like to thank our professors and Elisa for their time. Now, as anticipated by the Professor Villari, we are here to answer all of the questions that you might have. So Anna is asking us, how does a regular week look like? How many hours of class, and if there are classes every day?
Okay, Raffaella, may I start? And then, because I noticed that there are several questions, you are also able to cover most of the questions. So I just would like to share that the master is almost a full-time master. You will be in class at least 3 days per week. We will structure a precise calendar that that will be shared at the beginning of the master, so you can plan also the next months also from the beginning. The following months, and in general, you are involved in lectures, appeals, and online and offline activities 3 days per week. But we have also the workshops, as Raffaella just introduced, that are hands-on activities in collaboration with companies and organizations. And during the workshop, you will be in class all the week. And the workshops last from 1 week to 2 weeks. So in that time, you are full involved in the master activities. So another question that is always on the table is if you have the opportunity to also attend the master while you're attending another course. I think it's not feasible. Correct me if I'm wrong, but let's say in terms of engagement and feasibility, I don't think it's possible. And you are requested to attend the master at least on the 75%, although you are not able to have the final master degree certification.
Yeah. So as just to also thanks Beatrice, and also to just to recap, because at the very beginning it seems a little bit difficult, but it isn't. So usually lesson starts at 10 a.m. Italian time and finish at 5 p.m. From Monday until Wednesday, when you have to attend lecture and pills. During, as Beatrice said, during the workshop, you will be in class every day. So this is just a general info.
Thank you. They're asking us about diversity for the previous cohort that you had, number of students, nationalities, if you can give us any insights about this.
During the last 3 years, we see a growing number of American students from the US and from Latin America. Then we usually have also students that comes from Europe and some Italian students. So this is definitely what we can say is that there is a growing number from the United States.
Yeah, but we cover all, let's say, all the parts of the world, because we had students from Korea. We had students
Japan, from
Russia. So we, in general, we have more than 10 nationalities in class. It's worldwide spread.
Thank you. Thinking about post-graduation opportunities. So they're asking us how many cases there are of non-EU graduates that they found a service job within the EU. Maybe if you have any story, someone that stayed in Milan or maybe stayed within the European Union.
So we have no, precise numbers. What we can say is, first, it's up to you, and then for sure. So, and for sure, in let's say the European context is also ready to engage not EU people without any problems in their context. Of course, it depends on organizations, it depends on context, it depends on opportunities. So there's no common rule or a shared rule, but for sure there are opportunities, job opportunities in Italy and in Europe, but also in America if you are from the east side of the world. So, yeah. And vice versa, of course. So to be honest, service designers are now spread in different part of the world, and the nationality is not so important, I mean.
Yeah, well, I definitely agree with Beatrice, and what I want to add is that we, okay, the master is in English, and you will live an international environment in Milan. What we suggest is to learn Italian a bit, because you will be in Italy, so it will help you. On the other hand, we have also in this edition students that are non-European students that are that will do in Milan the internship. So it's possible. Okay, so it's definitely possible. The internship, we didn't mention before, we have contact in Milan, but you will do the internship all over the world, so in Europe or in different countries. Yes, we will. This is just two insights that we share with you related to this topic.
Thank you. Question very much related to the situation with me right now, talking about COVID. What happens if, let's say, there is a spike in COVID case around January? Will the program be cancelled, or maybe is there a way to do blended learning or online classes?
of course, we can confirm without any doubt that the master will start with the in October with the online activities, and in January with the official didactic. We managed, as I said before, for 2 years the COVID situation, and in a great way. So we are ready to, in case, to move on a blended mode. So we are planning to, in parallel, online lesson and lessons that will be in present. So we will definitely manage the situation. We really hope to welcome you in Milan in presence since the very beginning. So from January, maybe at the very beginning, some of the lessons will be online, but also just to involve, for example, teachers that comes from the USA, and thanks to an online lesson can join the activity. So we will see the online activities also as a plus value.
Perfect. The Professor Villari was actually mentioned before how this master is actually a full-time master. So they're actually asking us if there is a sort of opportunity for work study. So I guess probably study while working while studying. And they're asking what's the best way to find a job while attending the master. So maybe if there is some sort of career service or some options that the students can value.
As Beatrice said before, the master is full-time. There is a 25% of time that usually students use to travel around Italy or to work in order to as a consultant. So we have students that usually split them into these two options. As we said before, when we see students that sign a contract, we are very happy, because it means that we have done a great job. On the other hand, we don't do job placement, so it's important. So the internship is part of the master. Some of the students signed the contract before the discussion of the final exam, but it's up to you, because also you have to do a great job, guys. So it's important then that you will study, because you will be a student at Polytechnic. So it's also important how you will develop and how you will be involved in the academic year.
Perfect, thank you. I wanted to ask, I mean, we've been talking about professors that are taking part on this master. I wanted to ask if they will be only Italian, or you also have some international professors that are actually teaching at the masters. And if we can talk about what are the master classes a little bit more into details.
Yes, I go first. So of course, we are connected, fortunately, thanks to the Polytechnic community and thanks to the service design community, to many institutions and many practitioners and many researchers that are involved in service design practice and in service design research. So the faculty is made of international professionals and teachers. So some people come from the Politecnico and the Milanese area, but the most of them are from international contexts. Okay, so in detail we will have again some lectures about general concept or general topics related to service design, and some lectures that are really specific to the service design practices, to the service design tools, and to the service design processes. So people that will join us will have the opportunity to meet face-to-face and or online competencies that are in the service design job, in the service design market, in service design agency, or they are involved in organizations that are adopting service design competencies. As practitioner, people will have the opportunity to meet teachers and professors that are expert of a specific topic, such as social innovation, such as sustainability, such as technology. Okay, so let's say, as we mentioned before, we structure the process in order to have the service design core competencies, and then the other courses and lectures that will reinforce the service designers' competencies. And for sure, as Raffaella was mentioning, so for us, this idea of have the blended mode was a great opportunity, because we are connected with people all around the world. So this idea of having online master classes, and we have also specific master classes in the program, gave us the opportunity to be in touch with super interesting people that in the past years they had no the opportunity to be in Milan, and finally we had the opportunity to be connected also with different parts of the world. So this was also an interesting adventure.
I see from the students that there is Anna, so I have a question. Elisa, maybe we can, because she asked me about the codice fiscale. So I know that is a technical. It's important that they write codice fiscale in the form or not? So,
well, no, meaning you will find it as an item to be uploaded on the form, on the selection form, I mean, but it is not mandatory if you don't have it. I mean, it's not mandatory for foreign candidates. It will be mandatory, okay, later on, meaning that in case you will get enrolled and you will come to Italy, the Italian fiscal code is very important in order to set many, let's say, private matters, just like maybe a contract for the accommodation, or opening a bank account, or getting a SIM card in case you will decide to get an Italian mobile number, and so on. So it will be required at a later step, meaning that at the moment for the selection, it's not mandatory. You may leave the item blank and not uploading it. You may upload your scanning of your passport as a substitute document for the Italian fiscal code. Later on, in case you will confirm your enrollment and will come to Italy, you will need to get it, and you can apply for that at the Italian embassy or consulate. So you may refer directly to those bodies in order to apply for it.
Thank you, Elisa. They were asking us, so before the Professor Scognamiglio was mentioning about corporate connection. So they're asking how companies will involved into the study process. So for example, lectures, events, you did mention in the presentation, but maybe it's worth just to mention one more time. Thank you.
Yes, as we said before, the workshops are in partnership with companies. So some of the names that I mentioned before will be involved directly into the master program through the workshop. So you will have the opportunity to meet the companies during the workshops. And on the other hand, of course, you will have the opportunity to meet them at the internship part. So some of the you will find that names in the list that we will share with you for the internship. Of course, now we don't have a lot of time, but the Master Board is also involved in many other activities, as the events, as the festival, in the Rethink Festival, that is a festival dedicated to service design, which we involve a lot of actors and also companies in order to spread the voice and spread the culture of service design. And so it's just one of an example of also other activities that we organize in order to connect you with practitioners and companies.
Thank you. And I just wanted to answer to Alex, who just said that couldn't join on time. Don't worry, because we are recording this session and we will be posting on the Open Day website over the next few days. So in case you missed the beginning of the presentation, don't worry. I'm just going to put in the chat a link that you can use to rewatch the presentation. So really wanted to thank our speakers for the presentation, all of you for staying connected. And on the website, you actually will be able to find more information about the program. And on the website, you also find some contact details in case you'd like to reach out for further information, which are probably more specific to your experience. So thank you again to the Professor Villari, to the Professor Scognamiglio, and to Elisa for her support.
Thanks to all of you. And I just want to remember to all of you guys to upload your documents, and that we really hope to see you in Milan, and that you will be the students of the next edition. Thanks to all of you.
Yes, hope to meet you all at Politecnico. So it's always a pleasure to have such conversation. And thank you all for your great job you are doing.
Thank you. Have a great rest of your day. Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Cheers.
Bye. Bye-bye.